Ground Complex to be exact, here in the hillside paradise of Ramona, California, just outside of San Diego. Great day to be on a bike, great day to be watching the X Games. It's time now for a brand new contest, the Moto X 110s. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham joined alongside the legend X Games Moto X freestylist Mike Mason. Mace, I want to know your initial reaction when you heard X Games is putting on an event with pit bikes.
Yeah, my initial reaction is this is an event for the boys. We all have pit bikes. We all ride in the backyard, have fun. So many X Games events are built around pressure and wanting to win, and I think this one you're going to see the guys, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of fun, maybe a little bit of carnage.
Yeah, I liken it to, if you watch our snow events at all in ski or snowboarding, we introduced a couple years ago the knuckle huck. The first rule of knuckle huck, there are no rules. I feel that same vibe out here with the 110s.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are going for it, and these bikes are actually a little dangerous. We're so big and used to, 450s and all that, that this can get away from you a little bit. That's what I'm saying, maybe some carnage. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, as we said, we're out here at Axel Hodges' sleigh ground. He's really one of the pioneers of putting this event on. Let's hear from the man in his own words on what this comp's all about.
The 110 event is pretty much a BMX dirt contest, but on a 110, which is a mini dirt bike, 110 cc's, and kind of something we more play around on day to day, and we can do fun BMX-y tricks on it. We built a bunch of steep dirt jumps, we put a rainbow rail, a quarter pipe over there, and we're just gonna go have a freestyle jam, and best man wins.
Well said, Axel. Let's take a look at our rowdy fens here participating in this inaugural 110s event. Some household names anchoring this thing: Axel, Colby, Jared McNeil, Tyler Behrman. Keep your eyes on the two rookies to start, but how about Pat Casey, the lone BMXer in the field, making the crossover to the motor?
Yeah, what an event for him, huh? He gets to compete in some moto. Not a lot of us moto guys could compete in BMX, besides maybe Colby, so it'd be cool to see how he stacks up against these guys.
Yeah, we've got some young blood, as we said, two rookies to start off this event. So we talked about it before, and you heard it there from Axel. Imagine BMX dirt with motors. Initially, when we first caught wind of this, we thought, oh, maybe this is going to be a race. Not so. Just imagine a miniaturized freestyle course, and that's essentially what we have.
Yeah, it's an awesome course. There's some pretty sketchy doubles on it. You can see the rainbow rail there. That's a pretty tall drop if you miss the side of that thing. We saw a couple guys getting a little sketchy on it yesterday, but so far, so good with everyone.
So as we get ready to set this thing off, we've got to talk about the format, and there's just another beautiful view here in Ramona, California. Tim Ritson, 29 years old, out of Alta Loma, California, making his X Games debut. We've got the 7 riders. It's a 20-minute jam. It really comes down to overall impression, but here's Ritson kicking us off.
Yeah, Ritson was actually one of the guys I watched yesterday in practice, and he was absolutely going for it. He's a 110 only guy for this X Games as it is, and he wants to make a showcase out of himself,
Amazing story about Tim. He had broken 2 vertebrae in his back, L1 and L2. He was actually temporarily paralyzed from the chest down. He was told he'd never walk again.
Yeah, stoked to see him out here shredding with the boys, probably having the time of his life. There's that rainbow rail I was talking about, and then ending with the quarter. Cool little feature to end on. What do you think, Brando? Is he happy with that one?
You gotta be, man. It's your very first X Games. I just gave you the background on him. You get to wear a t-shirt and jeans and work boots on a dirt bike. That's a day at the office for Tim Ritson.
Yeah, it was cool being up there on the quarter pipe yesterday with the guys, and Jared McNeil's just saying how this is just such a fun event for them. Like they get to sit up there. Most of them have open face helmets on. They can talk back and forth, talk some smack, and get it going. And, it's just not the high-pressure X Games event that you're always used to.
There again, a look at our format. We've got our 7 riders, 20 minutes, overall impression. Banks Hovey, 19 years young, the youngest competitor of any of the Moto X events out here at the sleigh ground, making his X Games debut.
Yeah, and watching Banks yesterday also had some great style right there, throwing a little combo. He was flowing around the course good. He was one of the first guys to come out, nail everything, start tricking everything. And same thing, 19 years old. He's got to be stoked to be out here.
So there's where he takes me from, that turn.
Good style on the quarter there. I think that's total BMX style there. And, you know, these guys got 20 minutes. They're going to start ramping it up as it goes, and it's a blast to watch.
Well, let's head down to the course where the third member of our team, Jack Mitrani, is with our next competitor. Jack.
We're here with Mr. BMX, Pat Casey. Are you pretty excited to be riding in your first moto event at X Games? You don't have to pedal for a change.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This is crazy. I mean, I never thought I'd be in a moto event, so I'm psyched.
What's the goal here? Are you trying to win? You just trying to have some fun, a little bit of both?
I'm just trying to have some fun, really. I mean, that's all this is for me, and then I was surprised to get invited to this event, and now I'm just out here to have some fun.
You got a flare off the quarter or what? Everyone's dying to know.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Anything is possible. Anything's possible. Good luck. You got this.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, he goes, oh, just what I need, a little more pressure here. I've never done a moto event in my life, and we have been told officially this is the very first crossover of a BMX athlete competing in a moto event at X Games.
He is going for it, too. Nice backflip there. That's where you see the BMX style, the little hip into the bowl turn there. Getting some little turn downs. You know, it's fun to watch because I watch the same guys so much that when you get this guy out here, you know, it's cool to kind of talk about him and dissect what he's doing.
And much like Axel, Pat Casey also lending his property for X Games 2021. His backyard hosting all of our BMX events.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
You could see that one kind of getting away from him to start.
took a bite out of the turf.
Yeah,
there.
turf monster got him. That was a good first run for Pat, though. You know, coming out, he's in an unfamiliar situation. Like I said, you get a bunch of moto guys out at his house. I'm sure we'd be pretty uncomfy as well.
Well, we talk about being on a dirt bike, right? And, you know, all these guys do have pit bikes. But as Axel said, you know, he probably likens it more to a BMX dirt event than an actual dirt bike event.
Yeah, definitely. It's BMX dirt. You got to flow. And, you know, a lot of these guys are trying to trick through everything, so that makes it kind of tough, too. These bikes are not easy to trick, even though they're smaller and, you know, a little more nimble. They get away from you a little more than, say, like a 450 or, you know, 250, one of the big bikes.
So there's a look at our ender. Looks like we got a clock stop here. Not sure if we're on a course hold. Let's head back down to Jack for a vibe check on the course. What do you got for us, Jack?
Vibe check. It was so fun hanging out up top here, Brando, during practice. Everybody having a good time, smiles all around. And it really puts everything into perspective with freestyle motocross. Like, I'm looking down here, and there's like all these small jumps. And then you look to your left, and you see the quarter pipe and the main freestyle course. You're like, oh my goodness, that is the real deal. But it's really nice to finally see a freestyle motocross event where they're just having fun. Like, even just from like a watching perspective, it's like, I'm not as nervous as I normally am for these guys. So it's good vibes all around. And I want to let you guys in on a little rumor as well that's circulating at the top. Somebody, I'm not going to name any names, might launch over the entire rainbow box. So
whoa,
that might happen.
Wow.
That would be pretty gnarly. That rainbow is huge.
You hit us up with that teaser. You kidding me? Hey, here's Tyler Behrman out of Murrieta, California. 7th X Games appearance, has 8 X Games medals. Such a versatile rider, Mace. We see him in whip. We see him in quarter pipe high air.
Yeah, he can ride a motorcycle. I mean, he's making a 110 look stylish right now. I could never do that. I make the thing look so top heavy and getting all wiggly. And he's just out there having some fun. Nice flow around the course. Coming up to the rainbow rail now.
And I know he does even some flat track here and there.
Yeah.
His dad, Randy's involved with it as well.
Yep. He's a man of many talents on 2 wheels. Hyping his friends up right there. That's what I'm saying. This event is just for the boys. You know, they're having so much fun with it, and maybe some giggles as well.
Well, man who needs no introduction on the X Games stage, owner of 15 X Games medals, 9 of them gold, making his 14th X Games appearance, Jared McNeil.
And one of the only guys that actually looks like he's proportioned for that motorcycle.
He stands at 5'6", according to the bio.
Yeah, he's going full freestyle run here. So, oh, he's got a flip lever on it. That's when you know you're taking it serious.
Right?
Little OJ there, good recovery.
Jared, as time has gone by, actually tied with Travis Pastrana for the most Moto X gold medals in X Games history with that 9.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's had a good span here the last 5 or 6 years in X Games and really took advantage of it. That's what X Games is all about. So when you get hot in an event, just make sure you take advantage of it and see if he can add a 110 medal to it.
We've seen his success in whip and certainly step up, but we turn our attention now to Colby Raha, owner of 8 X Games medals and just 7 X Games appearances.
Yeah, and this event suits Colby.
Whoa.
Honestly, he's a good backflip there. They're all going to case a little bit. You kind of lose some momentum going to the top, but you know, Colby has a heavy BMX dirt background, so this event kind of suits him. He's one of, you know, like Pat, he's going to have a little more experience in this, but we'll see what he has to do here.
Yeah, we really haven't seen Colby in a while. Obviously, we didn't have X Games last summer, and if you remember X Games Norway late 2019, he had to pull out of the event last minute. I think it was due to some suspension issues with his bike, so we really have not seen Colby since summer of 19.
Yeah, and it's weird just, you know, with everything that happened last year, you know, and losing a year of X Games, it feels like I haven't seen none of these guys in forever besides Instagram, you know, so it's so fun to be back out here, watching them shred big bikes, watching them shred 110s, BMX, everything. It's just good to be back.
So here's Axel Hodges making his 11th X Games appearance, but his first on his own property here at the sleigh ground.
I think as far as bike goes, he wins style there. That thing looks sick.
No kidding. Yeah, it looks like he's done this before, Mace.
I think he's been out there a time or two. Little side saddle lander. Like I said, these bikes, even though they're small, they definitely move a lot more. So the fact that these guys are throwing the tricks they are, it's impressive, man. There's technique right there. I would have fallen right off the back.
Oh, wow!
Taking out our sponsors over there. He went deep on that quarter pipe.
Yeah, Axel leaves no doubt about it on that first run.
Got to admire the setup, too. He knows he's not crashing tank top and shorts.
That's a confident young man.
Yeah, I'd be
right
wearing
there.
everything.
So
carried the turf on the quarter pipe there. That's a pretty big gap for a 110.
Axel puts it down, and in this jam format, you're not going to see scores, so they don't know the standings right now with first run officially in the books, under 13 minutes to ride with, but we move on. Attempts number 2 time. Here's Tim Ritson. First competition of any kind. I know I said he's an X Games rookie. Imagine the very first contest you've ever entered is the biggest one in the world.
Yeah, and if he's anything like us normal human beings, you're riding with guys that you looked up to. You know, I'm sure he's probably seen Axel on TV or Instagram, you know, and now he's out there riding with them. It doesn't matter if it's a pit bike or a full-size bike, man. It can get intimidating.
Axel gets the swag points with the kit, but something about these shop boots that Tim Ritson's running with.
I'm digging it. It looks like he could go tear down the quarter pipe after the event's done.
Got to earn your keep out here.
Yeah, stoked he's out there, man. That's a cool story for him. I'm sure he's just really appreciative of everything that's going on, and he's putting down some good runs.
Yeah, and if you think here's Banksy for his second run, back to Tim for a second. I mean, after that injury, you know, he said it himself, my freestyle days are done. So for something like this to get on the horizon that he can actually participate in, I mean, you can't even imagine how amazing that must feel.
And that's what's cool, whether it's snowboard, BMX, skate, moto, you know, there's certain events that give a guy, you know, even like Banks right here, a chance to go ride at X Games. It's, you know, it's what everyone wants to ride. It's what I wanted to ride growing up. And, you know, it doesn't matter what the event is. Just give these guys a platform to go out and have some fun.
100%. Banksy started riding dirt bikes at just age 2. He's now 19, as we said, the youngest Moto X rider out here this week.
Cool slow-mo, mouth wide open. That's when you know you're in full concentration mode.
Swallowed a June bug earlier.
Good thing there's not a lot of insects floating around here.
So Pat Casey, there you see, hosting 4 BMX events.
I can't imagine coming off a day like yesterday where you're hosting a BMX event, you know, you're winning medals, and then you have to come out here and kind of, like usually the day after X Games is our huge relaxed day. You're just so mentally drained, and now he's got to come out here, something he's not maybe super comfortable on, and he's got to perform. Good flow around the course, though. Attempt number 2 at the quarter. Let's see how this one goes. Ah, yeah, there it is. There's the BMX style, a little turn down into it.
And the toughest part, too, obviously we've never done a 110 course before. This is a brand new course for everyone. But at least when you are a freestyle rider, there is an intuitiveness of how a course flows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we know BMX dirt, but this is a little bit of a different beast. So Pat really is coming at a totally different standpoint than the
He
rest
is.
of the riders.
He really is. And like I said, you get any of us on a bicycle, you know, we're out of our element. So cool to see him out here. Cool to see Tyler. You know, like I said, I love watching him ride. He shreds on anything he does with 2 wheels, and you know he's having fun with this event.
Yeah, he really is an ATV when it comes to these different events. He's made even 5 career AMA, SX, and MX main events.
Yeah. Going for a transfer, a little different line. Yeah, that was a good run. You know, like I said, this is all about fun. I mean, you want to take it serious. Obviously, there's some stuff to do, but I know every one of these dudes is smiling, like Jared right here, Jared McNeil. We were talking, and you know, he loves this event. It's something fun for him to do, and get back to the pressure events when you need to, but have some fun with the boys while you can.
See that look at the all-time list. He's got the 9 gold medals. Also, it should be noted, first Moto X athlete to win 4 straight gold medals in any moto discipline. He did it step up from 2016 to 2019. I mean, what is it about Jared and step up that just has made him so dominant over the last 5 years?
It's so hard to say because step up's that weird event. You know, there is technique, there's form, there's bike building, but at some point there's just that inner person in you that just has to go for it. You know, we saw it with Tommy Clowers, Matt Bite, and Ronnie Renner. They all had their times, and Jared was that next wave of it. You know, where it's like I was terrified to step up, and I rode dirt bikes. Oh, crashed harder on his 110 than he would on his big bike. But you know, it's so hard to explain. There's just step ups. It's built for rare people, man. I rode for 30 years, and that event scared me every time, and I wouldn't go much past 2 raises on the bar. So, tons of props to those guys that set the bar on that event.
So that'll do it for Jared's second run. Had a little issue here. Let's see what goes wrong.
Superman missed his flip lever.
Yep.
It was a little folded up. He didn't see. Attention to detail, Jared, okay? Flip lever was not all the way down. Now his gear's all dirty, and you know he's bummed on that.
Under 8 minutes to play with here in the 110s. Here's Colby Raha's second attempt.
Smooth back flip. A lot of guys been coming up short. He gets all the way over it. Little double can one-hander in there.
The one thing I have to give Colby credit for, as you said, very versatile background, has a BMX freestyle background as well, is something about whether it's, you know, Nate Adams or Travis Pastrana, Colby's cut from that same cloth, kind of delivers on the big stage constantly.
Yeah, he really thrives on this set. You know, whenever he has a chance to shine, he's going to take advantage of it. And he goes for it, you know, and that's what's cool. He's been a lot of these guys have been a good re-up to freestyle motocross. You know, we were kind of getting in the stale stage there for a bit, kind of the same thing, but all these guys are starting to push it again. It's really fun to watch from my aspect.
No doubt. The juice that we get from watching him and Axel battle over the years, it's become really the rivalry in freestyle motocross.
It has, it really has.
So here's Axel Hodges. Again, no standings thus far, just from my eyes. He's got to be somewhere near the top of this thing after run 1.
Definitely. It's cool, like I said earlier, it's cool seeing the facial expressions too, you know. Half smiling, half serious. No handers right there, flowing around the course good. Jared needs to take a note right there. Okay, he landed that one.
And again, if you're just joining us, this is Axel Hodges' property, all 40 acres of it here in Ramona, California. Yeah, and just amazing that, you know, we could all come together and make this happen.
He's done such a great job with this place, whether it's the stuff he built or having XGames come in and build, you know, our first outdoor course in a long time. It's awesome to see.
It's a really good point after being under the roof at US Bank Stadium for so long to be outside again. Really refreshing. So we're a couple runs in here in the Moto X 110s. Axel Hodges just putting his second attempt down. Really excited to see what these guys have in store for the rest of the day. Can Axel Hodges win the inaugural Moto X 110s? Or will it be someone like Jared McNeil? We'll find out after this when we return from the break here at X Games 2021.
Welcome back to X Games 2021. We're in the midst of our debut of Moto X 110s. And I have to say, a lot of people don't know this about you, but in addition to being a male model, you also used to ride professionally on a dirt bike.
I did. Many moons ago.
You got that cut. The only thing I noticed with this shirt, and I love our gear, is there's a skateboard on your tee.
I know. I don't know how I got the skateboard. I think they're trying to say something because this would be by far the worst thing I'm on.
I love this gear. We're really kitted out. And if you like what you see, why wouldn't you? Make sure to go online and check it out, the X Games shop on Amazon. This stuff's selling out quick, so get online right now. You can also check it out at xgames.com/shop. You can get geared up like my boy and I. So a great look at our Moto X 110s course here at Axel Hodges Sleigh Ground. That's right, Axel Hodges is the property owner of these beautiful 40 acres where we are hosting all of our Moto X freestyle events this year. If you're just joining us, we are debuting our brand new event, Moto X 110s. Little BMX dirt meets pit bikes. We're having fun. This course is just amazing. The guys really seem to be enjoying it. But something tells me we're going to see something a little unorthodox here with these last couple runs with under 7 minutes, excuse me, to ride with.
Yeah, it's just like any other event we do. You know, these guys want to get a look out. That was close. Held on to her, though. You know, get a couple runs under your belt, loosen up a little bit, have some fun with the boys, and then once time starts running out, we might see something big.
So it's a 20-minute jam, under 6 minutes to ride with. It's about overall impression. And Tim Ritson, an X Games rookie, this is his first contest of any kind out here today.
How nervous do you think he is?
I don't know if you could tell.
I know
he's run.
He has been riding good.
This is officially his third attempt in the book, so look at that backflip.
Work boots tucked in tight there. Yeah, he's having fun. The boys are having a good time.
So here's 19-year-old Banks Hovey.
Look out. That thing came around hot. Oh my gosh. Maybe one of the perks to 110s there. He got out of that pretty clean for missing a foot on the cliffhanger there.
Was not expecting to see that. Banksy.
That's what I was telling you with these things, man. They get away from you quick. I think with a full-size motorcycle, a 450, you have a little more gravity and a little more suction to the bike. These things, they're just kind of, they'll go out from under you, no problem, as we saw right there.
Yep.
Foot slips off, didn't get a good clamp,
Yeah,
and
there's no
off he
pulling.
goes.
There's no pulling that back. Just pray you're not straight-legging impact here.
Yeah. Had some nice form on the dismount, though. I'll give it to him.
It does look like a long jump, doesn't it, at that point?
Yeah, glasses stayed on, helmet stayed on.
I'll give it a 10. We move on to Pat Casey, the lone BMXer in our field with the something about his backflip. It just looks so pretty.
Yeah, he's been smooth. Like I said, he flows around this course awesome. Got to be having some fun. Good timing on the 110 too. It's such a different feel from a BMX bike. He's actually nailing everything pretty good. Yeah, that'd definitely be a strong point right there, the quarter. That's one thing I never understood. I can't, even when I was on my motorcycle, I can't figure out quarter pipes. I want to go straight.
Yeah, much like however many years ago we introduced quarter pipe high air. Methinks this could have that same sort of staying power as more guys see it too,
Yeah,
right? That's the other
definitely.
thing. This is a 7-man field. Wouldn't surprise me at all, you know, in the next iteration, more guys want in.
Yeah, and pit bikes have kind of had like a resurgence to them, you know, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was the huge thing. There was companies building all kinds of stuff for them, and they kind of died off, but now all these guys are bringing it back. It's cool to see.
Here's Tyler Bierman, under 5 minutes to ride with here in our Moto X 110 final.
I like Tyler there too, getting a little creative, going for some transfer lines. That's kind of the old school Supercross test track days when you get bored riding the same track over and over and just start messing with lines.
It should be noted, this is not a gold, silver, bronze event. If you're not first, you're last. We're only giving out a gold medal for this one.
And that's why we're at X Games. We want the medals. So if there's only a gold, you've got to go for it.
See, under 4 minutes to ride with. But don't worry, every rider will get the same amount of runs. I know there's always that concern with the time limit. What if one guy gets 4, one gets 3? Everyone at this point with under 4 minutes to ride with should get their 4 runs.
Oh, nice Cordova. That's the first time we've seen that on these bikes.
Yeah, I think Jared, now that he's got his feet under him, he's got a couple runs, now he can do some of the things we're maybe more accustomed to seeing him do in other comps.
Can you imagine being the judges right now? Like, how are you going to separate who wins the gold? It's tough because Axel's flowing around the course smooth, you know, but these guys are all doing some pretty good tricks as well, so.
Yeah, it's a dealer's choice, and that's why I likened it to Knuckle Huck, which we do in Aspen. Because there's such a variation of rider and what you're looking for as far as tricks go. And that's the beauty of it too, and that's what I like about this is the subjective nature, right? Because we can walk away from this and, you know, say Axel wins it, and there can be fans online going, I think it should have been Colby, I think it should have been Jared.
Yeah, it could go anyway. Jared proved himself right there, that slow motion Cordova. I mean, those are hard on, they're hard on big bikes, let alone a little pit bike.
So here's Colby Raha for his 3rd attempt.
I think we should note, too, the course is getting a little beat up. There's getting some ruts. We're getting some kickers.
Point.
These guys are going to have to start picking some lines here in the last couple minutes.
We've seen goggles. We've seen shades. We've seen neither today. Variation of all 3. If you, Mike Mason, are doing this event, you already said you're fully kitted, right?
Oh, I'm fully kitted. Yeah, I don't trust myself. I could see myself hurting myself on this more than anything. Maybe one wheelie, one wave to the crowd, and I'm out of there. Cool slow-mo right here. The rainbow rail. Like I said, that thing is off the ground. Like, to commit to jumping on there, hanging a wheelie, keeping your balance. You can see him using his body to kind of keep it on track. Don't drop that front wheel and drop back in.
That front wheel never touches. So a nice run for Colby as we're inching towards the 2-minute warning. Here's Axel Hodges, his 3rd attempt.
Cleaner on the backflip there. That's what's cool is these guys are actually studying like it's a dirt bike run. You know, they kind of know maybe I came up short on that jump first time. I need to go a little faster. And it's not just hucking event. You know, they're definitely trying to think it out.
Yeah, Axel will tell you he spent more time probably driving the water truck for this course build than he did actually on the dirt bike here in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a lot for him, man, but he put this place together well, and just stoked to be out here and actually see it in person. That's pretty gnarly to me, too, to trick the quarter. Like, these bikes are so light and nimble, like I've been saying, that I wouldn't trust that bike staying under me.
No. Axel Hodges, he don't miss, and he's been a smooth operator out here all day long. As we get ready for run number 4, let's head back down to Jack Matrani out on the course. Jack, what's your impression? Do you think we're going to see something magical out here on the final runs, potentially?
I think we're going to see a quadruple backflip, Brando.
Thank God.
No, I don't know. I just think we're going to keep seeing what we're seeing. These guys having a good time. But I have a funny story for you guys. I was just talking to Jared McNeil, and he goes, dude, after my first run, I was so nervous I threw up. And I was like, are you having fun? He's like, dude, I was so nervous. It's X Games. No matter what we're doing, it's still that same nervous energy. And so it's nice that he got it out before what we're going to see tonight, but still too funny down here.
That's great. Thanks, Jack. That actually seems to be a common theme. If I remember correctly, didn't he yak after he won Big Air a couple years ago in Minneapolis?
He certainly did. I don't know if it's what he's eating or if it's just
check staff catering on his comp days here.
Whoa.
Oh, no. All right, he's back up. He's back
He's
up.
good.
Ritson was trying to ghost ride the whip there.
Mike, are you watching this and just thinking, man, you want to get out there? I know you're pretty good on one of these 110s.
You know, mine's mainly to go check the mail and maybe go get some groceries down at my local store. I don't know if I'd be doing what these guys are doing.
Very true, very true.
Fun to watch, though. It's an awesome event.
It does look very fun. I hope that the people that are watching are looking at this and thinking, you know what? Now there's a new avenue to get into X Games, get myself a medal.
Well said, Jackie.
Come on.
I see you actually got your own. You usually have an Escort golf cart service that takes you wherever you need to go. I saw you have your own dirt bike out here today.
It definitely crossed my mind. You know, I got a little pit bike delivery, and I saw it. I'm looking at the course, and let's just say thank goodness I didn't try to get out here because I would not make it to skate tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's actually a valid point I was thinking of when I was watching these guys yesterday is, you know, pit bikes are so much more relatable. You know, like a mom and dad watching this with their son right now, they're like, okay, I could get my kid that and have him start trying that. You're going to see guys on quarter pipe, you know, in moto going 40 feet above the ground or flipping a 105-foot dirt jump. It's like, I don't think many parents want their kids doing that.
And Mike, in all your days, have you ever seen a freestyle moto event that is just based around fun like this?
I have not. And
This is cool.
I've seen them based around stress and, you know, arguments and being mad at judges, never a bunch of smiling and open-faced helmets.
I mean, it's intense. You're risking your life 90% of the time, and it's like, you know, we went to freestyle earlier today, and everybody's just so intense. They're nervous. It's been a long time. It's refreshing to see everybody here just having a good old time, smiling, and their true personality shining versus just being super scared before their runs.
Yeah, and Jack, I said it before. I know it sounds cliche, getting back to the, you know, the spirit of it, if you will, but it's just like what we've done with Knuckle Huck, right? Where it's just there are no rules, and it's just go out and have a great time, and organically, this amazing contest just seems to unfold, and that's happening here today.
Because that's what it's all about. I mean, that was the test case right there, Knuckle Huck. We did Knuckle Huck, and it proved true that everybody wants to just see these guys having a good time, something more relatable. It brings it back to the soul of why everybody got into this. It's all based around fun, pushing each other, collaboration over competition. So I'm really excited to see X Games progressing in this way. You know, you get a little bit of fun, and then you get the crazy savageness later on.
Here, here. So the clock has officially expired. So these guys are all getting their final runs right now. So here's Jared McNeil. What can Jared do on this final run to give that judging panel one last look at, hey, if you haven't made a decision,
Sorry.
here you go.
Well, he could start by holding down his lunch. That'd be a plus. Or at least wear an open-face helmet so he can get it out easier. But no, I mean, he's really throwing a lot of freestyle moto tricks into this. Some guys are doing style, some guys are doing tricks. And I don't know. Like I'm so glad I'm not a judge right now because I don't know how I would judge this thing. I don't know if you go, oh well, he tried there.
There you go.
Going for a little alley-oop and unsuccessful, but.
You hear that, go again. I would love to see him give that one more shot.
I think it's very possible. You just got to make sure you commit and get enough momentum up
Here
there.
we go.
Oh, he had it. He had it.
He was close there.
He was trying, yeah.
But see, that's after his run, but it doesn't matter. That's what this comp is all about. Because if he lands that, he's on top of the world.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really surprised Pat didn't go for something like that. He's got to be really comfortable with you know, an alley-oop type deal. And
so
Colby probably just saw that, and Colby's BMX guy. He's probably like, okay, I can do that.
Well, again, it's not really, you know, it is overall impression, but not each run is scored. So, you know, how does Colby look at this? Does he think, hey, I'm feeling good about where I'm at. Let me go for broke, shake it up.
I also want to know how many times you get to ride a 110 and have two girls holding an umbrella over you to stay in the shade. That's saying something there.
That's helpful out in this Ramona sunshine right now.
It is hot out there. These boys got to be getting hot, but last run, make her count. I'm sure Colby feels good where he's at. Probably knows he could use a little something, so. Flips one of the more mellow jumps out there. That was awesome. He's going for it.
He is charging.
That was a good run for Colby. Good way to end it.
He, like Axel, they just get sky high off that kicker. That's pretty.
Well, and going back to Jack's point, it's like, if this thing happens next year, what are we going to see?
Right.
Because these guys are all flipping. I mean, 360s have to be possible on these backflip tricks. You don't know. I mean, this is the inaugural event, and I could actually see this thing progressing way bigger than this.
The evolution of progression happens at the X Games, and it's year after year we see the game stepping up. So this is our final rider on his final attempt of the contest, Axel Hodges. What does he leave us with here in the inaugural Moto X 110s?
I think he was making fun of my cliffhanger right there. That's how I used to do him. He's got a good run going, though. Nice and smooth. Tricking every jump. Got a good flow.
Wow.
Almost over rotates, goes for, like I said, that's one of the more mellow jumps out here. So for these guys to be flipping that thing, that's impressive. And you could hear the commitment on that quarter. I think he actually grabbed a gear as he came off the rainbow there and just wide open. So
and
he was going for it.
You see Mace's quarter pipe prowess. I mean, he just absolutely skies off of that thing.
Yeah, if there's a quarter pipe out there, he can hammer it. That's for sure. That's, like I said, that's kind of like I was saying about step up. It's a rare breed of people that really understand how a quarter works on dirt bikes. You know, BMX, skate, they're kind of built around that. But for a motorcycle to do, it's a little more awkward.
Final looks here at Axel's last run as the judges deliberate.
That's a pull right there too. You can see how hard he yanked. I mean, he did over rotate, but that lip's pretty flat, as you saw earlier. I mean, Jared doing a Superman over, he was, you know, barely clearing the landing. So for those guys to flip that at the end is pretty awesome.
And we've got official word: Axel Hodges wins gold here in the Moto X 110s.
Well done, man. All these guys rode so great. You could just see how much fun everyone was having. Axel, I definitely think, had a really good flow around the course, couple flips, tricked everything, and ended on the quarter going huge. So I'm okay with that.
Axel has always been in the business of history making, and he does just that as the inaugural winner here in 110s. It's his third ever X Games gold. Yeah, he really set the vibe from his very first run, wouldn't you say, Mace?
Yeah, you could tell he just kept getting more and more comfortable, and obviously he was doing some homework. He was watching what guys were doing and kind of went out there and tried to up each run, and then flipping that jump at the end after Colby did. I think that's kind of what put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, what a shot there. Well, let's head down to Jack Matrani, who's with the 8-time X Games medalist, winning his third gold medal, Axel Hodges.
Axel, congratulations, cementing your legacy, the first ever 110 event in your own sleigh ground. You got your dad's arm wrapped around you. Was that as much fun as it looked like?
Yeah, that was fun. That was honestly like the most tiring event here, doing laps around this. We did 4 laps, and yeah, didn't really know what to expect. We had pro BMXers, pro moto guys, and yeah, it was fun. Wasn't expecting to win that one.
Is it a little bit of the hard work pays off story for you, where you've been working so hard on this and now you got that gold medal?
Oh yeah, me and my friends spent hours right here all day, every day, building jumps, having fun, and figuring out how we could build funner jumps. And yeah.
What about mom and dad? Mom and dad, are you guys proud or what?
Proud.
Congratulations to the Hodges family. Way to go, way to start this off.
Thank you.
A family affair here at the sleigh ground for the Hodges. That's amazing. And you heard it, Mace. I mean, he really worked his tail off to get this thing ready for this contest.
He did, and he has such a good eye for this thing. This whole property is just littered with jumps, and it's cool to see what he put together. It's cool that he won.
What a day for X Games out here in the inaugural Moto X 110s. Congratulations to all of our competitors, but it's Axel Hodges winning the very first gold medal in the debut of this event. For Mike Mason and Jack Matrani, I am Brandon Graham. Thank you so much for watching here from the sleigh ground at X Games 2021.